We are going to go up to Halas Hall. Matt Nagy is talking, and this is brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Start off with an opening statement, and then we'll open it up for questions.
So I'll start off. I appreciate the understanding, the late notice today with the Zoom. Obviously, with the heightened COVID protocol and the league, and the shift to Zoom today is a part of my morning usual Monday routine, and unfortunately this morning it came back that I was positive for COVID. So I will not be in the building. This is something that for us, it's a reminder to all of us, to be extremely cautious and to understand where we're at. We've seen it obviously with other teams in the league and society in general. So we're working through all that. In OTAs, we kind of went through this before where I was out. So, I know our group of coaches and players are extremely resilient. And for us, moving forward, we're going to have a good plan put in place and all different plans put in place. So I appreciate y'all's understanding for that. And I wanted to start off with that. And other than that, in regards to the game, nothing changed from what we discussed last night. After watching the tape, when you turn the ball over, on the other side of the.
Matt, who takes the steering wheel in your absence?
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll have Coach Tabor will go ahead and run any of the team meetings that I would not be a part of, and that's again what we did in OTAs. That'll allow Bill and Sean to really, stay focused with their sides, but at the same point in time, we created a plan, Dan, 2 years ago when we started this thing. We have a role for every coach, and the roles that if we don't have a coach in who steps in, and so that would be that's how we'll go moving forward.
Adam Johns. Can't hear you, Adam. We'll come back to you, Adam. Kevin Fishbane.
Hey, Matt, I know we obviously talked about the vaccination situation a lot over the summer. I'm wondering if there have been further conversations with the team, with any of the guys who are kind of last holdouts after this, maybe a bit of a wake-up call for what's gone on this past week or two.
Yeah, we have not had any, those discussions as a team in general, if that's what you're asking. I know, when you go through these situations, it definitely, for different reasons, it makes everybody understand where we're at and how things can go, and really how the protocol works too, if you have the vaccination versus if you don't. So we'll get together and, the best part for that, or the part that I really believe and understand is having the support staff that we have in these times that we showed it last year's, being able to pull together and get through times like this. Okay, what are the solutions? How do we get through this? How do we get better? What, listening to what the league says, and then us continuing to follow through with that as well. So it'll definitely be something that we look into and continue to discuss but we have not had any of those team discussions as you're asking.
Hub?
Hey, Matt, I'm sorry to hear about the test. I hope it passes quick for you.
Yeah, thanks, Hub.
Obviously, unfortunately, we got to get to the football part too, though, and we know what happened yesterday. As you try now and work through this with these extra handicaps, what is the communication with Justin? Where are you guys at right now in terms of how much of this is systemic and how much of this is the young quarterback just not growing fast enough?
Well, I'll start with the last comment of not growing fast enough. I would say that I don't agree with that. I think that Hub, he's done a really good job at growing. He really has. And when you watch the tape last night, the result of not scoring points and having turnovers and with what happened in that game, it can certainly feel that way for a lot of different reasons. But when you watch it, you see that there's a lot more to it that goes into it, and we're all involved in that. And so, he's growing, and we knew that when we named him the starter. I think we all knew that there's going to be growing pains. That's what every single rookie quarterback that's ever played in the history of this game that has happened. And so is I think important for us to understand learning how to do things as an NFL quarterback, and some of these times that we have, whether good or bad, he's going to use those to continue to make him a hell of a quarterback in this league for a long time. That's the exciting part for everybody. And so we just know around him that we want to do everything we can to as a rookie who hasn't seen as many defenses or had as many snaps as some people that have played in that game yesterday, or some coaches that have coached. We need to make sure that we're always doing everything we can to give him the greatest opportunity to succeed. And that's what we're going to do. And you guys all know what type of resiliency Justin has and what type of resiliency our team has. And when you have that, when you have bad losses like yesterday and you have a bad loss like Cleveland, you got to make sure that you fix it. And that's the opportunity, the chance that we get to get back on track here